This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, also welcome to performance testing with JMeter Core to advanced level with BeanShell, right? And today will be day 3. So as a recap, yesterday means the last Friday, okay, we were discussing about the day 2 topics, right? Where we started uh, about introduction and all this thing. So we have discussed till here Java environment variable setup, okay? And then I told to download the JMeter. Okay, we have downloaded the JMeter on Windows OS, right? And then what happened? My laptop battery went down and session got stuck, right? So we'll continue from there. Okay, so that is what.
Hi, Vallabh.
Yes.
So this is my first class. So
Mhm.
anything that I important that I have missed till now, what you have discussed.
No, not that much. Only thing you can watch one previous day video for Java installation. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is how the JMeter zip file is, right? And I said that we have to extract, so I extracted it and it's here, right? This is how you will also extract, so it will look like. Now when you open that folder, right, again it will be here, and then inside this many folders will be there, correct? All these things. Now there will be bin directory in this also. So open the bin directory, and then here uh, here's again some files and folders will be there inside bin directory, right? So before we go and do anything, do one thing in your laptop, go to view, right? On top view will be there, and from that view choose details. Okay, choose this option called details, right? When you choose that option called details, you will be getting a view like me. Like you see your name is there, then date is there, then type is there, then size is there. So it's good view to keep in the laptop. Okay, now now from top towards the down, if you see, this is there will be a option called jmeter.bat right here. Okay, so this is what we want. We have to just double click it and jmeter will be opening up. So simply double click it and then jmeter will be opening.
Hi, Vallabh. Can you send me the link of downloading this JMeter, Apache JMeter?
Yeah, I'll tell, simply open Google and try type the jmeter download. So it will take you to the official website of JMeter. Okay, let me know if you face any issue. Now uh, just second. So this is how JMeter looks, correct? Any doubt? So we have to click on jmeter.bat and it will open the JMeter. So what will happen? First, this screen will come. Again, I'll show you, right? We have to click on the jmeter.bat, double click. Video is not visible, screen is not visible. How many people are facing this? I think this time it's syncing well, audio video is syncing well. There will be internet issue at your guys.
So, Vallabh, which file we need to download?
Just a second. Yeah. So I'll just open it. So see this in this binaries, do not go here, right? We do not go here. In this binaries, two link will be the first link. So you have to download this when you are using JMeter on Unix, Linux, right? Unix, Linux, and this down one, this Jeep one, correct? This we have to download and use when we have to use on Windows, correct? Windows or Mac, right? Mac, fine. Okay, fine. So this jmeter.bat, okay, you have to double click. When you double click, this screen will be coming. First one dark screen will be opening up, right? And then this jmeter will open up, which looks like this. Okay. So this dark screen, um, it is called JMeter console. JMeter console. Right? And here some message will be there by default like this. Correct. And fine. So right, and we do not have to do anything to this screen, right? You should not close this. Remember, you should not close this as well. Fine. You will be you have to minimize. You have to just keep it open. So what you can do is you can just minimize this like this. You can minimize that screen. And this is what the JMeter. That is, this is the look and feel of the JMeter tool. This is how it looks, right? And by default, it will be dark color. That will be also dark color. Okay. Now, if you want to change the color, right? So I'll suggest that on tools on top right corner, yeah, top left corner, sorry, you'll see the option button will be there. You have to just go in option, you have to go in look and feel and choose the metal. Okay, for Windows, choose the metal color. And it will ask to restart. You can restart the JMeter. You can click on yes to restart. Fine. And then the color will change to this. I think this is good color to work on. Now, this thing that this content that you see here, they will be looking like little bit small. Okay, very small letter. So you can zoom them. So if you go to options, you see zoom in, right? Zoom in, zoom out. So you can just click on zoom in. It will become little bit bigger. All this will become bigger like that. 2 to 3 times or 3 to 4 times will do. It will become bigger like this, right? This is because of screen resolution of laptop it happen. Or shortcut is you press Control Alt. Yeah, you press what? Control in our keyboard. Control plus Alt, and the in the mouse, right? Mouse is there. Then the wheel is there, no? In middle wheel. So if you just scroll the wheel uh, to this direction or to this direction, right? This will automatically zoom in or zoom out. That is the shortcut. Fine. I'll just do it here. I'm pressing Control Alt and then moving the that mouse wheel, right, which is in middle. So you can see it's becoming very bigger and becoming smaller, right? So that is shortcut. Okay. Or you can go through these options and we have always this zoom in, zoom out is there. Through that you can do. Fine. Next is in this option in look and feel. Here one more setting will come. So for Windows, metal is good. Okay, try metal only. Do not use all these unnecessary colors. Metal is fine for Windows operating system. If you are using Mac or Linux, here one more option will come. that is called as system. Okay, system something, system default will be coming. Remember that. Okay, so you have to use that one only. Means you can say as a restriction or as a mandatory setting, you have to choose that system color only, system theme only. Okay, in option look and feel, and here that will be coming system. Above Windows, below Nimbus, it will be there. Okay, so you have to mandatorily choose that if you are working on Mac and Linux. Okay, if you choose any other, what happens? Some stuff doesn't work, so you may feel like frustrated why it's not working. So you have to choose that system. Okay, fine. So this is JMeter, right? As usual, this is very small tool you see, but it's very powerful. This is the GUI, correct? Here the main options are there. Here shortcuts are kept. What the shortcuts are, thus we will learn that one after another, right? Okay, all the settings, right? Fine. So this is how we have to launch the JMeter from GUI mode. GUI means graphical user interface. What is graphical user interface? When we use mouse, right? This mouse that I am using, the look and feel that we see, and using mouse we do anything, that is called graphical user interface. And another one is command line. In computer world, two ways of interfaces are there, right? Command line, CLI or non-GUI. So uh, so through command line, how to launch the JMeter, that also we will learn. But before that, one more thing. So as I said, this console, right? This dark console that opens up. Okay, here by default one message will be displayed. Ignore this message. Okay. So what I said, this console you should not close. You can minimize. You should not close. Why? If you close this, right? Let us say if you close this, JMeter will also close. I'll just show you. See, both went away, right? So that is what dependency is there. That console comes handy sometime to us. Some information gets displayed on that JMeter console. So we have, that is why it's coming up. There is no such very major use of that. But yeah, that opens up and we have to just keep it as it is. Okay, you can just minimize that. You cannot close. If you close, JMeter will close. Fine. Now in the same folder. Okay, so how we have to launch? We have to launch to JMeter.bat. Now, there is one more file here called Apache JMeter jar, right? So what happens? This is the main jar file actually, which gets executed. You may see here it's written executable jar. This is the main jar file which is loaded, and that JMeter thing is getting uh, executed, or we see that, right? So this JMeter.bat indirectly calls this file only. Okay, when we open up, actually when we open the JMeter through this, actually it is calling this file only, right? So sometime what happens, in very rare case, if you are double clicking this and it's you are not able to launch the JMeter, right, then in worst case you can launch the JMeter through this also. Okay, by double click, right? I'll just show you. I'll double click here, but this only works in Windows. Okay, that's why I do not suggest launching the JMeter through the jar. See, it came, right? It came. Okay, so that is what we can launch JMeter through the jar, but that is not the recommended way to launch the JMeter, right? We have to launch the JMeter through this one, JMeter.bat, right? Or using command line, right? Indirectly, this .bat calls the jar one. Okay, fine. Next is how to launch the JMeter from CLI mode or GUI mode, right? Now, CLI mode or GUI mode is what? You must have seen the terminal is there, right? In Linux or in Mac. So same way in our Windows. we have command prompt, correct? This is command prompt. So doing any operation, right? Doing any operation on a computer, on right, through this command line or through the terminal of Mac or Linux, that is called CLI. Okay, fine. Command line interface or non-GUI, non-graphical user interface. So we have to launch the JMeter through command line. Then how we can launch? So first, using CD command. CD is a normal command, right? You must have used in your engineering. You must have learned this. CD change directory. So we have to, using CD command, we have to go into the JMeter directory where that is kept. So let us say the JMeter you have kept in C drive, then here and then here until beat, right? So we have to copy this path where the JMeter is there, and using CD we have to go inside this path, right? So I'll just copy that and I'll put it here, CD like this. Okay, fine. So now you can see my cursor is inside the bin directory, right? Now what I have to do is I have to simply type JMeter. Simply type JMeter over there. Okay, so type JMeter over here. So when I type JMeter here, you can see when I type JMeter here, you can see here on this console, this message is coming. This is the same message that comes when we open JMeter through GUI, right? So that this on the first JMeter console comes, and this is the same message that comes. So what happened? This console, this command line, is now converted into that JMeter console, and that message is displayed here only. And you can see here the JMeter is launched here. Right? See the JMeter is launched. Now, now again same. You cannot close this console, right? You have to just minimize and keep it. Okay. And again, this is the JMeter. As usual, you can zoom in and start working on it, right? Okay. So this is how we launch the JMeter on Windows through GUI or non-GUI. Correct? GUI and non-GUI. Right. There is one more launching mode that is called proxy mode. So that we will be discussing on later. Okay, later on we'll be discussing. This topic will be covered. Next thing is, so best practice for launching the JMeter in GUI is through .bat file one. Okay. Then uh, this one, launch the JMeter with administrator privilege. So sometime, or I'll say first time, right? In your laptop, when you are launching JMeter first time. Basically, this is not important. I have written here. It's not mandatory. This thing is not mandatory, so you can ignore this. Right? I'll say we will not discuss this, but just one line, right? That suppose first time you are launching the JMeter in your laptop, so launch it with administrator privilege. How to do that? Just right click and you'll see run as administrator. Correct this option. So do that, right? And this is generally, this we should only do for Windows OS. Okay, only Windows. On Windows, this is required. But this step is not mandatory also, just a suggested option. You can ignore this also. Correct. This is one screenshot, I think, which I showed yesterday in the last session, that if Java is not installed, then and if you type the Java dash version command to identify Java, so this is how the error message will come. Correct. And this is another screenshot. So suppose if Java is not installed, correct? If Java is not installed, and if you try to launch JMeter, right? So if Java is not installed, and if you download the JMeter and try to launch JMeter, this is how you'll be getting, like, find Java executable version, all this, correct? This error message you'll be getting. So that's why Java installation is needed for the JMeter to launch or to work. Now, importance of launching JMeter from CLI, right, or non-GM. Now, see, I have told how to launch JMeter from non-GUI and GUI, right? So you must be getting the question that why we should know to launch the JMeter from CLI when already we can launch from GUI mode, right? It's by double clicking. So why to use terminal? So there are many reasons for that. First reason is that sometime while launching the JMeter from GUI, right? JMeter.bat may not work. And so suppose you went to the bin directory and you double click on this and you see sometime something can happen. JMeter is not opening. Correct. So there are two solutions for that. One is try to launch the JMeter through administrator, right? Like right click and launch it to run as administrator. If you cannot do that, right, then the best way is through non-GUI mode, right? Okay. Then load
So,
test.
sorry, Vallabh, sorry to interrupt you. But without administrator access, we cannot run on a GUI mode without administrator access.
No, you can run.
Suppose, so why we are using administrator with administrator?
No, no. When I said I didn't say it's compulsory, right? I said that sometime if JMeter.bat may not be working, right? So you have two options. Either you can launch it through administrator privilege. If you cannot do that also, then from non-GUI you have to do, right? So that is where this non-GUI launching becomes important. Then this load test.
And one more thing, sorry to interrupt again. So how we can change the background color of the JMeter? So you suggested some method like we can go some shortcut also.
No, no, for changing color there is no shortcut. We have to just go in the option and then look and feel is there, right? So here from option, just go to look and feel and choose metal, right? For Windows, and for Mac and Linux, here one more option will be coming called system. You have to choose that.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now then one more thing, the load testing, right? The performance testing, the load testing. That is also done in non-GUI mode. So that we'll be learning it's late, right, in the session. But that load testing also not done in non-GUI mode. Plus, JMeter is launched through non-GUI mode in Mac OS or Linux or Ubuntu. So this is what, and there one more is there, that this proxy setting. Right? There is one third mode of launching the JMeter, which I didn't cover now, proxy mode. So that launching is also done through command line only, right? Command line means non-GUI. So that is why the non-GUI is preferred. Means we have to know the importance of non-GUI, correct? Command line. Many thing is done through command line only in JMeter, right? So that is what. Next, okay. So this is done. This is done. Then JMeter is just download and use to, right? You must have seen there is no installation required, like how we install any software. So we have to just download it, extract it, and start using it, right? That is how that sweet use of JMeter is. Then JMeter directory. can be carried to any location. Means the folder, right? The main folder. You can, as I said this in yesterday session also, that you can keep this folder in any drive, like in C drive or D drive, anywhere you can keep, right? Then one shortcut here that you can create a shortcut of jmeter.bat on desktop, right? So what you can do that, see, suppose we have to launch the JMeter. So what we have to do? We have to open the my computer, then we have to open C drive, then this folder, correct? Then again this folder, right? And then bin directory, and then we have to come here, and then we have to double click on this. So it looks little bit lengthy, right? So what you can do, you can uh, right click on this and send a shortcut to desktop. Right click and then show more properties and then send to desktop. Correct, like this you can do. So what will happen? A shortcut of this will be created on the desktop. We'll go to the desktop here. Yeah, okay. And using this uh, next time directly you can launch the JMeter from here one. No need to go like I'll just launch. Right. So so this is how you can we can directly open the JMeter from desktop only. No need to go and uh, that that long path, no need to go, right? Then one more thing, we can rename the main JMeter directory. If you find the main JMeter directory is looking very long, you can rename it. But one important thing, that avoid giving any space or a special character in naming any file or directory, especially when you are using them with JMeter, right? So what is the meaning of this? See, suppose I have this C drive, then I have this folder name Apache JMeter 5. If I think this is very long, right? Or uh, inside this one more same folder created. Okay, again I have to just go inside that, right? And these all things are, so it's taking the path very long, right? It's making the path very long. So you can do what? You can just make the name shorter if you wish. Like I'll just do that. Rename. Just do a JMeter version 5.5. Splash. Like this, I have given a name. Right. So I've given a name, or for now, let me just do what like this, right? So a small name I have given, and now we can keep it directly outside in C drive. Okay, yeah, fine. So this is how you can just rename the main folder if you wish. I'm just giving this extra stuff for my laptop because this is November batch, so I'm giving November. You people no need to give that also. You can just give JMeter. That's it, right? Version another thing also not. So by that way, uh, we can make the fold this path name of file name smaller, right? This I just did. Okay. So that way C, and then that one. Let us say you will just keep these also not required. Simply just keep JMeter. So you see how small it's looking folder name, right? The path becomes shorter, and then inside there is all this bean is there, right? So that you can do, but do not change anything inside this. Okay, the main content, right? These all these thing, or inside bin directory we have so many things. You should not change this all stuff. You should keep them as it is. Correct. And then one last thing that avoid any giving any space or a special character in naming of any file or directory, especially when using them with JMeter. Means what? That suppose you are working with JMeter, right? Any work you are doing related to JMeter, and you want to rename anything, or you want to give name of anything, any file, okay, any file or any folder. Like for an example, we just change this folder name, right? Earlier it was looking like what? It was looking like this. I changed to this. Now this is a folder name I'm changing. So when you are giving any file name or folder name, when you are working with respect to JMeter, so in that, do not give any special character or any space. Okay, any space or any special character. Now, what are special character? Like and, dollar, right? Double quotes, single quotes, dot, comma. Like that, so many special characters are there, right? In our keyboard, you should not give them. You should not use them. Remember, okay? Going forward, so many time I'll be repeating this. Okay, this is very important. So, for an example, I'll tell you. See this. I've given a name JMeter, right? And then version. So what I've done here, I've created one separator, correct? Means just to create a difference, right? Why we use gap between two names? To create a difference, right? So I want to create a difference. So what I have done, I have not used a space. What I have used, I have used underscore. So underscore is allowed, or hyphen is allowed. Hyphen, you understand, right? We have hyphen in our keyboard, the small hyphen or the underscore. That is allowed, but a space is not allowed, or any other special character is we should not use. Right? So you can see underscore, which look beautiful, I used, but I am not using a space or any special character. A space means what? Like if you see this program files, right? Hope you see. So in middle, if you see there is a space, M and F, correct? That way you should not do when you are working with JMeter, or you are creating any file or folder which you will be using in JMeter. So there should be no space, remember, or no special character. If you want to differentiate anything, right, means you want to give a gap between two words, so you should use better to use underscore, it look beautiful, or hyphen you can use, like how they have used here hyphen, if you see by default hyphen, right? Correct. So that is what. Fine. Next, I'll tell you how to download or launch on macOS. So I cannot show this, but I'll just tell you the steps. So same way on macOS also, generally Java will not be installed. So first you have to check that whether Java install or not. That you can check by typing this command Java C-version on the terminal, right? Generally it will not be installed. So you have to do the installation, and then as usual, just download the JMeter zip file, correct, and zip it. And then what you can do in that Mac also, there is two way to launch directly uh, from GUI also you can do. You have to just go in bin directory, right? And there will be a file called JMeter file, right? Which one? Uh, this one. There will be no extension of this file. You see, there is no extension, correct? Generally, a file in this computer world has extension, right? Any file and folder. For an example, let us say that this is PPT. So dot PPT, correct? PPTX. This is my Word document. So it's docs, right? Dot docs. Suppose this is PDF. Dot PDF, right? This is notepad file. Dot txt. So likewise, in computer world, any file has some extension, correct? Like the JMeter dot bat, which we are using to launch on this where on our Windows OS. But for Mac, right? There will be a file, you see this file, which doesn't have any extension. So if you double click there in the Mac, it will open the JMeter through GUI, okay, through GUI, and through non-GUI if you want to do. So as usual, using ls and cd command, you have to navigate till bin directory, like how we have done here. In our using cd command, we navigated to the bin directory, and then what we did, we typed JMeter, right, in our Windows. But there you have to type sh space JMeter, sh, near a space is there, and JMeter, okay, where in Mac, okay. So that is how you can download and use on Mac. Same goes on Linux. In Linux also, if first you can check the Java installation, okay, through that Java C uh, command, Java C dash version command. Generally, it will not be installed. Generally, Java doesn't install, gets installed, or Java doesn't come as pre-installed in any of the operating system, whether it is Mac, Windows, or these are all Linux flavors, right? So again, it's very simple. Uh, what will happen once you type this command, right? Java C dash version. If it is not installed, correct, it will give an option to install directly. Install, okay, through command line only. There using commands, because Linux and Unix, these operating system are really actually pure command line operating system, right? Means there we do not use graphical stuff. We use do anything through command one, through terminal only. So once you do this, automatically it will give an option to download the Java. Okay, all the version like JDK 8 will be there, 11 will be there, 17, 19, all will be there. But generally we should go for 8, right? As I told you that for JMeter 8 is better. We can use all this also, but generally 8 is better. 8 is best. So next you type this command, right? Do not install headless version of JDK. It will create an error. So then so many options will be there. Headless will be there. Um, okay, and headless will be there also. So do not install headless. Simply type this command. Open JDK 8. Why open, right? Open JDK concept is there in Linux because no sign-in is required. Okay. If you remember in last day session, I told that to download the Java JDK, we have to sign in on Oracle. We have to create an account. But for Linux, what they have done, those industry people, they keep it open. Means no line sign in or nothing is required. Directly using command you can download. So that is why it is called open JDK, right? So you type this command and it will be automatically installed. Very simple. And then you can just download and launch the JMeter. Fine. So again, downloading also, since Linux or Unix is purely terminal, means command based operating system. You have to do everything through command, right? So you have to do what on terminal, you have to type wget and the source path. Means what? Source path is what? You have to just copy the source path from somewhere. Like you just right click on this, correct? Right click and you see copy link address. Well done. And you have to do what? You have to open terminal on your Linux and you have to type wget and then you have to just paste control V like this. So it will download. Okay, no need to use browser also. Only thing you should have this link address. Okay, from somewhere, right? And it will download for you. This command doesn't work for our CMD. Okay, so I cannot show, but yeah, that will work there. So that way directly you can download also without browser through command line. Ubuntu, actually Ubuntu OS is a flavored OS of Linux only, where there is by default Mozilla Firefox browser comes. So in Mozilla Firefox browser, you can download the JMeter like how we download in our Windows OS. But if you want to download or do all the thing through command line also, you can do, right? So this will download that. Then if you type this command tar space dash xf and that file, right? uh, this file name complete. You have to give there. So it will extract, because the zip file that we downloaded is also compressed file. We have to decompress it. So same way tgz file, right? It's called tar file. It's also kind of compressed file only for Linux world, right? So we have to unzip it, right? Correct. So that is the command to unzip this. Then ls is for list directory. Then using cd command, you have to that JMeter directory, wherever that is extracted, you have to go inside that. Then again cd and bin, you have to go inside the bin command, bin directory, right? And then when you are bin directory, sh JMeter, sh space JMeter, and that is how JMeter you will be launching on Linux, Unix, Ubuntu. Okay. So I think so today I'll just discuss one topic, server, of this core concept. So that is what introduction of JMeter and how to download and installation is done, right? Now what we will be doing, we'll be entering into some core concept, 3 day on core concept, right? So day three, all this will be discussing. Today I cannot complete this, so I'll just be talking about these two for today, and again from tomorrow we'll continue all this, right? So core concept of performance testing, right? So in that, first we will be understanding what is a server. So see, server is a combination of hardware and software. Okay. So it means what? See, our laptop or our computer that we have in our home, actually that is combination of what? The hardware part is there outside. You may see the external case is there. Then inside what is there? CPU is there. That is hardware part. Then memory is there, right? Memory part. Then hard disk is there. SDD. Then CPU is what, actually the processor. We call the processor, right? Intel processor, AMD processor, right? 9th generation, 10th generation. And then so many stuffs are there, internet access, all these things. So that becomes hardware part. Now on inside that hardware, we have what? Software. Now in software also two layers are there. What will First layer will be OS, right? Operating system. And then inside that operating system we have what? All the apps, like what all this I have kept. That is inside my operating system, right? Correct. So this is a combination, right? So a laptop means what? It's a combination of hardware and software. We cannot show a laptop is just a software, no, right? It's a combination. Hardware part is also there and software part is there. If OS is not there, then what hardware part will do? Nothing. If hardware part is not there, then only what OS will do? Nothing, right? So same way, servers are actually, they are kind of laptop only, but they are very big machines. Okay, they are designed. These laptops are what? They are just made for the normal use of a human, home use. We say small use. But the server actually, they are also a big machine where hardware part is there, big hardware, where CPU will be there, advanced generation CPU, advanced processors, okay, higher grade processors. The processor that we use, you must have seen, heard of, like Intel i9, i10. That is nothing. There are more highly advanced processor than that, which doesn't come for us. They are business grade processors. They come very costly. So they are using servers, correct? Then highly advanced memory, then hard disk, right? HDD. Then uh, then inside that operating system will be there. Operating system there also it is used. There which kind of operating system you use? Generally Windows Server you must have heard of, right? Windows Server operating system, or Linux, Unix or Linux. Generally people use this one only because this is very secure, Unix, Linux. So for server, this is used in most of the cases. Most means 80% of cases. And then inside, so that will be OS. And then inside this, uh, that applications component will be kept. Which application? Any, let us say Flipkart. Okay, Flipkart website that we access. So somewhere, so that somewhere it is kept, right? Then only we are accessing. Somewhere it is kept and it is configured on some location. Then only we are accessing through internet from anywhere we are accessing. So that is where these all are kept. All those components will be kept there. Right? So that is called server, right? Where any application component is kept. Correct? Now, if you want to just know more like how now yeah, just a sec. Now where these stuffs are kept, right? This whole stuff, whole machines, right? The server machine, let us say Flipkart server machine or any website, Amazon server machine, okay, Facebook, anything. The place where that is kept, that is called data centers. Okay, data centers. Now, if you want to know more on the data center, like how they are, how big it is, let us say Google. If you are using Google, that service is kept somewhere, right? Okay, so that is called data center. So I'll suggest you just watch a 10-minute videos there on YouTube. Okay, you just search data center of Facebook or data center of Amazon or Google. Okay, there is a video, real video, where you will be getting real insight, like how that the Google that we are using, that service is there somewhere, how it looks, okay, which we are accessing in fraction of seconds. On Google, you type anything, you are getting anything, but somewhere that is kept, right? So just watch a 10-minute video. It's very good video is there on YouTube, right? Or for same for Facebook is also there, Amazon is also there. You'll be getting the idea. Okay, next. So that is what servers are, and the location is called data center. Okay. In server, many types of servers are there, many different types of server they are there. Now, memory, okay. So generally, like how in our PC we have processor, memory, and other thing. So memory are of two type, right? Memory are of two type. What one is RAM and another one is ROM. So RAM is random access memory. ROM is read-only memory. So this ROM is hard disk, correct? The hard disk. Nowadays, these hard disks are of many type, like SDD and SDD, solid state drive. And RAM is what? The volatile memory. Like you must have heard, right? 16 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, correct? So that RAM we are talking, which is volatile, right? 32 GB, 64 GB. So these two kind of memory are there. Generally, when it comes to performance testing or when it comes to performance of anything, when we talk about memory, we talk about this memory. Remember, this RAM, not about this RAM. Okay, because this is hard disk, this is space. This is the main memory which helps for any operating system to work fine or any application to work fine. Suppose in your laptop or your mobile, if that this RAM is more, application will run more efficiently. If this RAM is less, they will hang, right? So that's what. So going forward, when I'll be talking about memory, we or in generally anywhere, if you talk about memory, people talk about this memory. Okay, this RAM memory, not about this memory. Fine. Now, yeah. Now coming to that servers, the data center, and the yeah, you must have heard of cloud, right? So data center, correct? Data centers. So what is data center basically? As I said, there is a space where every big a company component in hardware and software form, in the server form, that is kept so that it is accessible to all the users, right? So suppose you are developing a good, very big application which people will be using, let us say car booking app or Ola. Now, so somewhere you will keep your application so that all user can access, correct? So that machine, that will be server, and there will be so many server. Why there will be so many servers? Will be learning tomorrow, the means day after tomorrow, the architecture. Why so many servers are there? Okay, so there will be not one server, there will be multiple server, okay, many server machines, and somewhere that will be kept, that is called data center, right? Now this data center concept earlier, right, like 10 year back, generally what used to happen, this data center used to be everywhere, mostly the company, let us say any company, Ola, any example you take, they used to keep their data center. They used to make their own data center in some building, okay, somewhere maybe in Bangalore. Generally, it is safe, or outside India also, right? But now what happened? What has happened? This data center concept has gone. Okay, cloud has came. Cloud. Okay, cloud you must have heard of. So actually, cloud is nothing but it's just a advanced version of data center. See, earlier data center was means what? Every company will have a room and all servers they will keep uh, their all related server will keep inside that, right? Fine, but that was very it was happening what, security reasons were coming, and then maintenance infrastructure, all things were coming, right? Because day by day so many businesses are coming, every business cannot keep data center, right? Maintenance costs, security, okay, theft, many things uh, started coming in picture. So what happened? Few big company, okay, like Google, okay, Microsoft, Microsoft, Amazon, Oracle, these big company. Now small companies are also there. They started giving a service called cloud. Google GCP, okay, Microsoft that cloud service is called as Azure. Google cloud service is called GCP. Amazon you must have heard, AWS very famous. Oracle has also some name. Okay. Now what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but this company, they will invest in infrastructure. Like in US. US is the safest in this world, right? So there some location they will keep, and they will keep very big machines, server machine, data center. That there also data center is there. Don't think that data center is not there. Okay, everywhere data. But now what happened? Will happening now, each company maintaining their own data center, that will go, what will happen, they will maintain big very big data center, and there they will be keeping very highly advanced servers, and in that, from that, they will be sharing the services to you. Means how which processor you want, you take, which operating system you want, you take, which how much memory you want, you take, and you keep your component, your application over there. So now you do not have to maintain. They are maintaining, and they will give some area for you. It's like a thing like hotel, right? One building, they will make one area for you. You go and live there, right? Same way. Okay, dormitory type. So like that. Okay. So now what is happening? And that is where the pay and use. How much you use, you have to just pay and fill the bill. That's it. Now this all tension has gone. And now the security, maintenance, everything is their headache. So that is what cloud. Okay. So there also the server concept is there, because they will be giving server to you, the which, as you said, right, which operating system, which processor, everything they will be provide. You have to just get configure. So that is why the jobs are coming in picture, right? That how to manage this, because earlier those people who used to manage the data center, they were called infrastructure engineers. Okay, now they are learning because this job is gone. No one is maintaining their own data center. Now everyone is going to keep their component on any of these services, cloud services. Okay, now how to configure, how to uh, suppose I have developed one Facebook kind of application. Now I want to keep that on, let us say AWS, correct? So how to keep, how to do all those things. So that is where these jobs, right? You must have seen AWS job, Azure job, AWS developers, admin, all these things are coming in market, right? So that is what, okay, the data center server cloud. Cloud is nothing, again, same data center concept. Only thing, this some big company are offering us that service. Okay, so headache they are taking, right? So that is what servers. There are many kind of servers like web server, application server, database server, proxy, mail, virtual, many kind of servers are there. Next is protocol. Okay. Now protocol is a definition. Protocol is a set of rules and guidelines for communicating data between two devices, generally between client and server. Okay. So see, like how we human interact with each other, right? Like uh, so many languages are there. In India, suppose Hindi we use to interact. In South India, there are different languages like Marathi, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil to interact, right? So same way, machines also interact with each other. Correct. That is called protocol. Fine. That is the machine their way to interact. Okay. So that is what protocol is, set of rule and guideline communicating data between two devices, and that is where generally in performance testing, this name of two devices we call them, one is client, one is server. Right, server is where the component is kept, the resource, let us say Flipkart you want to access. So Flipkart component will be kept, and user, right? User we will be using. So how the language in which, the protocol in which we will be communicating with that Flip, that will be called as one protocol, right? So user and this client, Facebook or Flipkart, whatever application that user want to access, that is client, right? So client and user. Now there are different kind of protocol like HTTP, FTP, SMTP, SNP, TCP, right? All these protocols are there. Examples are there. So that is what protocol is, and that is for today. Tomorrow we'll start from PTLC lifecycle, like how we have SDLC, software development lifecycle. We have software testing lifecycle. The software testing lifecycle you should know if you are a functional tester, right? Generally you will be knowing only. Okay. Then same way we have PTLC lifecycle, performance testing lifecycle. So we'll be talking this from tomorrow. Right? Okay. So tomorrow will be extension of day 3. Yeah.
So, Vallabh, as a performance tester, means do I need to know the manual testing as well as automation testing? Means in some company they might be asked that you have to do all those things. Means they not hired as specific for the performance tester.
See, manual testing concept you should know. Okay. Everyone has to know because that is foundation. Testing foundation. Let us say I'll say that you have to do a smoke testing. Now a smoke testing is done either manually also, okay, through automation also, in performance testing also. Fine. Now, if we do not know what is the meaning of a smoke testing, how we will do if we want to do manually or through automation or through same way, let us say there is a word called sanity testing or regression testing, right? So if you are in testing world, first you have to have the foundation. So you can do a manual testing course any from YouTube also, you can learn so many people are teaching, so that your foundation will be clear. Then comes either you go to automation or you go to performance. Suppose you are going to performance, right? Because this is foundation, right? Foundation is main. So suppose you went in performance, you did job for 3 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. After that, to survive, we have to know automations, many tools and technologies like DevOps tools, Jenkins, all those. So this is lifelong learning process. Okay, same way automation people, they want to excel more, they want to, so they will some learn a performance testing tool in their career. Like that, this goes on. Okay, fine. Anyone has any more questions? Okay then. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow.